Have you ever wondered why only a small percentage of people control most of the world's wealth? Is it because they were born lucky? Or is it because they understand something most people don't? Here's a shocking fact. 1% of the world's population owns more than 45% of the wealth. What do they know that the rest of us don't? By the end of this video, you'll have actionable insights to transform your financial life and start building wealth like the pros. Stick around because any of this lesson might just change the way you think about money forever. My goal isn't to sell you dreams, but to share proven truths about wealth that can reshape your financial future. So, subscribe the Wealthy channel and let's dive in. Lesson number 1. Wealth begins with a mindset. The biggest lesson about wealth, it starts in your mind, not your wallet. Poor people often cling to a scarcity mindset, fearing risk, avoiding investment, and believing wealth is out of reach. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Yet, many limit themselves with thoughts like, "I'll never afford that," or "money is for the lucky." Without changing your mindset, you're a hamster on a wheel, running endlessly but going nowhere. The effects are clear: stress, financial instability, and dependence on paycheck-to-paycheck living. To resolve this, shift to an abundance mindset. Start asking empowering questions like, "How can I afford this?" instead of making excuses. The moment you believe wealth is possible, you start making choices that align with that belief. Lesson number 2, sell other people's time. Poor people often exchange their time for money, working endless hours for a paycheck, never realizing the wealthy own time by creating systems where others work for them. This DIY approach caps your earning potential because your income is directly tied to the limited hours you can work. Imagine spending 10 hours daily on menial tasks when you could have hired someone for $10 per hour and use that time to scale a business, learn a high-income skill, or network with influential people. That's what the rich do. Focus on being productive instead of busy. Learn to invest in others so they can multiply your efforts and your wealth. This isn't just about hiring, it's about thinking like a leader, not a laborer. Number 3, they make money on money. The rich understand one crucial lesson. Money is a tool that must work for you, not the other way around. Poor people often stash their earnings in low-interest savings accounts, or worse, spend every penny on depreciating assets. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. For instance, keeping $10,000 in a savings account for 10 years at 0.5% interest barely grows, while the same amount invested in an S&P 500 index fund averaging 8% annual returns could grow to over $21,000. Time and compounding are your greatest allies. The earlier you invest, the larger your wealth grows. Stop letting money sit idle. Make it work for you, and you'll unlock the exponential growth that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Number 4, the power of asymmetric risks. People avoid all risks out of fear. Ironically, this fear guarantees mediocrity. Playing it safe can be the riskiest choice of all. Rich people don't shy away from risks, but they're strategic about it. They take asymmetric risks where potential rewards far outweigh potential losses. Assess risks wisely. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen and can I handle it? What's the best case scenario? Strategic risks open doors to exponential growth and opportunities others overlook. Number 5, use first mover advantage. Wealthy individuals know the power of being first. They spot trends, invest early, and claim the lion's share of the rewards. Poor people, on the other hand, play it safe. They wait for guarantees or follow the herd only to realize the real money was made by the early movers. Take cryptocurrencies, for example. Those who invested in Bitcoin in 2010 saw monumental gains, while late adopters either faced volatility or missed out entirely. Cultivate a mindset of calculated risk-taking. Research emerging trends, stay informed, and trust your instincts when opportunity knocks. In a world where innovation creates millionaires, being late is the same as being left out. First movers don't just earn more, they establish themselves as leaders in new industries. Number 6, the rich are obsessive learners. The average millionaire reads 2 or more books a month. Why? Because knowledge compounds just like money. Many people stop learning after school. They don't read, they don't improve their skills. and they fall behind in a fast-changing world. Number 7. They leverage debt. The wealthy use debt as a ladder to climb higher, while the poor see it as a pitfall to avoid at all costs. Shift your perspective. Learn to distinguish between good debt, which is used to acquire income-generating assets, and bad debt used for depreciating items. Imagine borrowing $50,000 to buy a rental property generating $1,000 monthly cash flow, as opposed to maxing out a credit card on vacations that drain your finances. Fear of debt leaves you stuck in mediocrity, while mastering it opens doors to opportunities you can't afford to ignore. Number 8. C. Tax laws are often written by the wealthy, for the wealthy, but you don't have to be rich to take advantage of them. Most people overpay taxes because they're unaware of deductions, credits, or tax-efficient investment strategies. Educate yourself on basic tax strategies or consult a professional. Benefit: saving on taxes means more money to invest and grow. Number 9. Rich work to scale. Instead of exchanging time for money, they build systems, businesses, or products that can grow exponentially without requiring constant effort. As Naval Ravikant aptly puts it, you're not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of a business, to gain financial freedom. Ask yourself, how can I create something once that keeps paying me? Whether it's starting an online course, building an app, or owning rental properties, scalable income streams free you from the time trap. Hard work alone won't make you rich. Leveraged work will. Number 10. Provide absolute value. The wealthy understand that money flows to those who solve real problems and provide extraordinary value. Steve Jobs famously said, "Be a yardstick of quality." Some people aren't used to an environment where excellence is expected. Think of someone who writes a blog with generic content that gets no traction versus someone who crafts a niche course that solves a pressing problem for thousands. The latter creates something of absolute value, a solution so impactful people are willing to pay handsomely for it. The mistake most people make is prioritizing effort over results. Stop being average. Start delivering value so profound that people can't imagine living without what you offer. If you found this video valuable, subscribe the channel, like and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. Now the only question is, will you take action? Wealth isn't reserved for the lucky. It's built by those who learn, adapt, and persist. Thank you for joining us today. See you in the next video. Until then, keep learning and keep growing.